Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the online video class session of Political Science, fourth semester. So, my dear students, in our last class, we discussed about the center-state relations. So, in the part of central-state relations, we have seen how the center-state relations were categorized into three types, such as the executive relations, the legislative or relations, and the financial relations. Here, the executive relations are also considered or called as the administrative relations. So these things we discussed in our previous class, that the center has given certain kinds of powers to the states. So all the powers are divided into three categories, such as the least central list, the state list, and as well as the concurrent list. So in the matters of the central list, particularly with the interest of the center, the central government has the highest authority towards the central list, and whereas the state list, like agriculture, education, and the police taking more initiative. For example, we have seen already the mission Kakatiya, mission Bhagirath, and like Arogyasri health. So these are the issues are covered under the state list. And my dear students, today let us discuss about the another concept in the center-state relations. So what after independence, in the 70 years of independence, there are various trends have been come up with the center-state relations since from the beginning. Actually, India got independence in the 1941, but from the 1950s, it has been called as the Republic. From the 1950s to 2021, so approximately more than 70 years of independent India, as ruled by various political parties. Various political parties were brought various kinds of the policies and formulations and changes in the center-state relations. So let us discuss about the recent trends in the center-state relations since from the beginning. Okay, so my dear students, here I was prepared a, a PowerPoint presentation for your convenience. So let's get into the PowerPoint. So my dear students, we have been discussing about the fourth paper, the Constitution and the Politics of India. So in that fourth paper, we have been discussing about the third unit, such as the federal politics. So in the federal politics, the third concept is about the recent trends in the uh, center-state relations or union-state relations. Here, the evolution of center-state relations can be classified into the four different phases. Since from the beginning, means from the 1950s to till today, the entire duration, the 70 years of independent Indian duration is classified into four different phases. So here the different phases, 17 years of the 17 years of its duration culminated the under the chairmanship of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, the constitutional frameworks of India, Indian Constitution, was established that the center is the more power than the states. So here the Constitution of India is established a strong center to as its instrument. So by creating a strong center at the central level. So by the strong center, the state governments are takes help from the center. So in our last class, we have seen that in administrative relations, the center is gives guidelines to the states in the administrative manner or in the administrative procedure. So like that, here, according to the constitution framers, the Indian constitution is the federal constitution. It has federal features, but it has given more powers to the center rather than the state. So if we discuss about the various phases of the the center-state relations since from the beginning, the 70 years of its duration has been classified into four phases. The first phase is from 1950s to 67. The second phase is from 67 to 77. And the third phase is from 77 to 89. From 89 onwards, approximately from 89 onwards till today, till today, these are all the changes or the trends are comes under the fourth phase. So here, since from the beginning, the Congress was ruled up to the 66 or 70. So at the time, the Congress party is played a predominant role in the central government and as well as the state governments. So generally, it is used as the quoted as a single party domination at central and as well as state. But after the demise of the Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, and when the other parties, other leaders are became the Prime Minister of India, then that period is started to encourage the coalition politics, like the Janta government is formed, and there at the time the different consequences are taken place at the time. So that is why let us discuss one by one in a detailed manner about the center-state relations and its trends. Particularly in this class, we will try to know the first phase from 1950s to 67. So what are the changes are taken place in the center-state relations? What kind of the milestones are kept in the center-state relations? So that we need to discuss in a detailed manner. So here I have us given the structure of the four phases, like the first phase, the second phase, and third phase, and finally fourth phase. The fourth phase, even today, recently the NDA government is cancelled the planning commission in 2014, I think, and in the place of the planning commission, in the place of the planning commission, it insisted the Niti Ayog. So this is also one of the tremendous change in the center-state relations. So let us discuss in detailed manner about the first phase. So here the center-state relations are categorized into four phases. So let us discuss about the first phase. So here first phase, what happening? Generally in a Indian political system, the parties are plays a predominant role or inevitable role in the political scenario, because the part in Indian political system, the multi-party system is in practice. So in the multi-party system, in practice, even though since from the beginning or the early independent era, approximately from 1950 to 67, is ruled by the single party. that is the Indian National Congress. So here the party system is playing the most important and inimitable role in the federal political system of India, because the Indian constitution is the federal structure. Some of the features are relevant to the unitary features, and some of the features are relevant to the federal structure. So in this the combination juncture, the parties are playing a predominant role to capture the power at the central government. And through the election process, the first government is formed by the Indian National Congress under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru. So Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India, and he was brought the various changes in the central state relations. So the first phase was, we can say, the first phase from 1950 to 67. The first phase completely, we can say, we can use a term like it is a domination phase, the domination of a single party phase. So here, which is the single party? It is none other than the Congress party. So the first phase, directly we can say, the single party domination phase. The party domination phase is nothing but the Congress domination phase. So up to the 1964, the Jawaharlal Nehru was acted as the Prime Minister of India, and is in his tenure, he was brought the tremendous change in the post-independent politics. So it was proposed the democratic socialism in India, and one side was supported to the democracy, and another side was proposed to the socialism. So he was also proposed the secularism, even though in India the majority people are belongs to Hindus, but he was he was shown the a kind of uh, he was maintained a kind of religious harmony in the Indian politics. So by his imposition, so even today we have following the secularism. Of course, uh, the changes has been taken place from the early independent situations to the present situations. But according to the Constitution of India, which is mentioned by the constitutional the framers, and the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, their impact is inevitable in Indian politics regarding to the secularism. And this phase was completely dominated by the Congress party with its own structure, with its own ideology. They have followed, they have followed the secularism. They have followed the the socialism concept. And at that time, the Nehru was strengthened the center-state relations by his charismatic leadership, because before independence, he was played a predominant role in the Indian national movement. But that charismatic leadership is continued up to the uh, up to his death. So with his charismatic leadership, he was continued uh, to rule the India with his own ideology. So he was proposed the secularism, and he was proposed the democratic socialism, and he was proposed the new kind of the foreign policy. He was proposed the non-alignment movement. So he was led the India in the different path towards the development by inculcating all the sections of the people, or by imbibing by uh, by by cooperation of by the cooperation of or by the integration of all the uh, diversities within the India. So that is why uh, he was written a book, the Unity and Diversity. So with in that book he was highlighted the various the diversity factors, even though the diversities are not disturbed the Indian people. They are they are united with the concept of unity under one umbrella as an Indians. So At the time, the Nehru was ruled from 1950s to 64. He was he was brought a tremendous change. So he was planned. He was proposed to the Planning Commission for the development of India. So in the Planning Commission was from started in 1950 and it was continued up to the 2014. Recently, in the 2014, the India government was cancelled the Planning Commission, and in the place of the Planning Commission, the Niti Ayog was proposed by the incumbent Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji. But 1950 to 2014, the Planning Commission was played a crucial role and predominant role in strengthening the center-state relations and as well as the development of India in all aspects. For example, the first Planning Commission is given importance to the agriculture because India is majority, even today, the majority of the income is producing from the agriculture sector. So that is why India is called as the whereas in the second